This is my new mega base in Minecraft. And around my mega base, it's starting to look like a barren wasteland. We need to have some mega farms around this thing to be able to make our base even more OP. And so today we're building up an amazing TNT farm, because honestly, TNT is one of the best tools in Minecraft. And if you guys go on to enjoy this video, make sure you guys smash that like button and let me know. Hit subscribe, join the PaulGG army, and here's to episode 24 of Minecraft Hardcore. And first things first, we got to figure out where we're putting this TNT farm around the base. It's gonna need a creeper farm and a lot of sand. And I want it to be close to the base because it needs to be able to automatically farm basically while we're at the base doing basely things, because we're based. We're just sick like that. Now, typically when you're building a creeper farm, you usually want it over the ocean just because there's less caves technically. But as we can see, this is it's not an ocean, kind of a deep lake. Maybe. The ocean is not far, but this would be too far away from the base to be able to then continue automatically generating creepers. So we're gonna have to go with the lake. And also I have this like vision for the base that I want there's like pathways just like branching directly off the one giant circle with our one giant base. So then right here, we'll probably build up the platform, but I want to make it a little bit easier to get up and down. We grab some dirt from our giant chest, which by the way, I started auto sorting this. I put a ton of different items in it all the way around to about halfway, and I got lazy. I got the important ones down though for us so that we can be able to actually use this for the most part, but I'll finish adding on more, and then we'll eventually need to build another layer of auto sorters. But in the last video, we obviously built up our storage room, and it's turning out pretty great so far. And I need more dirt. We used a lot of it, pretty much all of it, on our giant dirt block that we live on top of, and we need to decorate this. And a lot of you guys gave some really good comments as to what we should going on here. Enderman think he's funny or something? Picking up dirt and moving it? Regardless, yeah, you guys commented some really good ideas of what we should put in the giant grass block. But for now, we need to stay on task. Thought I'd kind of like smooth out the pathway over to what will be the TNT farm. I also want to clean up the pathway around the base while I'm already working on it anyways. There we go. Now we got a nice little trail that's going to lead straight from the house all the way over to the TNT farm. And then we'll just build up a nice giant platform right here. Actually, we're gonna need some stone for. I'm definitely gonna be siphoning up a lot of gunpowder also for rockets. It's not gonna be like a huge creeper farm or anything. It's enough for the TNT factory. I need to build like another creeper farm. I don't know. We'll see how fast this thing produces. The important thing is that obviously it'll be producing TNT fully automatically by itself. And then if I gotta come in every now and then to take some to be able to build rockets, who cares? Build rockets? What am I, a Minecraft engineer? Craft up a few rockets. Either way, let's build a bridge mixed up of different stones all the way out to the platform. Should be far enough. Maybe make it a tad bit wider. Probably mix in a tad bit of slabs and stuff here and there. Maybe some stairs just to add a little bit of flavor to it. Okay, it doesn't really work right there. That should be good. Now let's just build up also basically a giant circular shaped platform, because obviously circles are superior in Minecraft. You cannot contest that. There we go. This should be big enough for at least what I'm envisioning. Now we just gotta fill it all in. Maybe I should have mixed up the stone afterwards. This is very frustrating to try to like create a pattern. I may have made a mistake. Hey, yo, oh, chill. I'm over here just working and bro's just coming at me. I hate it when these things want to show up and play ball, huh? You better drop that trident. I hate you.
What follows is a brief construction montage. We hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.
And there we go. We should have enough room, I hope, for this factory. I mean, we'll see. It should be good, though. At least for the way that I'm envisioning actually building this thing, there should be plenty of room, because I think we're going to need a little bit more verticality than we are width and shape. Which leads me to my next point though, which is what we're actually going to have to build the structure out of. We're going to need creepers in a creeper farm, which I want to put above the auto crafter, which actually, you know what? I haven't even played with that thing yet. Which all you need is a crafting table, 2 pieces of redstone, a dropper, and then surround it with iron. And then you get the crafter, which looks like a little man with a mustache. Which for those of you who don't know, basically you could set, like, let's say I want to make redstone torches, and this is what I'm gonna set it to. You could turn off the rest of the crafting table, set up some hoppers that'll automatically feed those items into it. And every time it gets a redstone signal, it'll start dispensing them, and it'll just keep dispensing them over and over. So technically you need to hook this up to like a redstone clock so that it'll keep hitting the signal over and over. I need to make sure I have enough room for that as well. Regardless, let's get back to construction of the TNT farm. Like I said, the blocks that I'm going to be building this thing out of, one block being glass, but tinted glass, because one, I want to make sure creepers are actually spawning in it. I feel like that's always one of the scariest things about building a creeper farm is you don't have windows for it, so you don't know if creepers are actually spawning inside of it. And two, I don't know what 2 is going to be. So regardless, we're going to try to get some amethyst so that then we can be able to make some tinted glass. And I wanted to fly over to the 100 by 100 trial chamber area because I just know this is just where some big caves are. And yeah, that's kind of what I need.
10 seconds later.
All right, 10 seconds into this cave, I already know I don't want to be here, so I got another idea. A lot of the time you can just see amethyst sticking up out of the ocean, and that's what I'm hoping to be able to see actually, because I feel like normally I always see them, or at least when they were first introduced, they were always, hey look, thou now brown cow, did someone leave you in the ocean? Who could that have been? Is it a floppy fish named PaulGG? I don't know, Minecraft is happening right now. Anyways. Aha! We got 2 amethysts. This one is, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's been ransacked already. Wonder who could have done that. You know, this one just might have been ransacked also. Let's check. I mean, we got some leftovers. Already up to half a stack though of amethyst shards, so this really should not take too long. Especially since it seems like they're spawning in 2s. Or is this just a really oblong? No, it's definitely 2 of them. Are they twinning? They stuck together. What? Wait, that's not twins. What? Wait, one's empty. Okay, it is just one giant one. I should have plenty of amethyst. So now all I need to do is essentially make a bunch of tinted glass. How do you do this? It's been a while. Aha! Okay, yeah, we're gonna need some more. That's unfortunate. Dang. And as for the other block, since we got plenty of tinted glass, I hope, we'll see. However, we'll probably just go with the tried and true stone brick because, okay, well, we don't have as much as I thought we were gonna have, but I do have plenty of stone that I could smelt down. Honestly, I'm just getting a little lazy. I'm not gonna lie. Too much hunting, too much gathering. Now we get to use our new super smelters, which a lot of people are commenting on our last video when we first built up this entire thing. And as we found out, obviously you need solid lava, not flowing lava, to be able to then fill up all the cauldrons, but clearly it worked, and we have plenty of lava, hopefully, to power up all of our furnace. I just need a lot more iron, which unfortunately I also need a lot of iron for hoppers as well, but I did manage to get plenty of iron while looking for some amethyst. We're just gonna load this bad boy up. We're gonna load up this one, and then essentially we flip this one lever, it goes back and forth, turning them all on. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Now I can take all the empty buckets because the buckets, oh, this one has coal in it still. Awkward. I guess I could just take some of these buckets out then. Dang, look how fast that's smelting. Either way, now I could be able to put cobblestone in the regular super smelter along with all the lava buckets since the other one had coal in it. And there we go. Oh, wait a second. Why is it not a hey there we go moment? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. What? Why wasn't it going before? It's like skipping. Okay, whatever. First things first, when building this up, I want to try to be as centered-ish as possible. Then I need to start off by creating the storage for it. Oh, man. Oh, man. So I figured we'll just do a hopper like that. And then what I wanted to do was... Actually, you know what? I already did this wrong. Wanted to have one chest right there, one chest right there. Hopper going into it like that. Honestly, a double chest should be fine for this farm. I mean, it is a lot of TNT, but still. We go up one block, place down our... Oh, he needs to face the other way, like that. Then I want to have 2 hoppers going into him. Oh yeah, I like the way this is looking already. Then basically make a roof around him, and this will be for the redstone clock. But also this will be for the chest that'll be going into this one, which will be sand, which I plan on essentially just doing like double chests like this. Not liking the way this is looking though, because then we're going to go up like a couple blocks right here, and then this will all just basically be fed in from the creeper farm. But this is looking a little funkier than I was imagining. I guess that doesn't look too bad. We'll play with it later if we need to. It just needs to hold a lot of sand. That is the most important thing. Now onto the actual creeper farm itself. Let's go up one block, basically make a 3x3, but all of them are going to be feeding into this one. Bam. Oh.
You didn't see anything.
Bam, blam, boom. We go up like 2 blocks, basically build a little ring all the way around it. Now, for the sake of this, I'm going to bring it down like 1 block. It should look a little something like that, because now it's a little bit more centered. Technically, I could save 2 hoppers here by just having this one go directly into it. I kind of like the aesthetic of having it like clamped by 2 hoppers. Clamped by the hoppers. And I also add a little bit of spruce slabs right here, so that then if I want to use my looting sword to get a couple extra gunpowder, I can just stand right here, smack them. But we will have a campfire system all set up. But next, what I need to do is essentially line this up with some stairs and build out 2 blocks on each side, fill it all in, and also connect these corners. Well, actually everything but the corner. Next up, now we got to add some gates right here, since this is going to act kind of as like the water chamber essentially, so that then when the creepers fall into the water, they will then get pushed into the gates and then fall down into some soul. Oh no, I'm a creeper. Oh no. Oh, I just realized that's kind of a problem. I can't get out of here. It's kind of scary. And essentially we just got to build up all the way around, but this don't look right. We got to build up on the outside all the way around. That's what it is. But then obviously it'll give plenty of room for the creepers on the inside to be able to fall down into it. And that's basically all you need to do for the actual water chamber, other than adding the water itself, which is obviously really simple because you just add it onto these blocks that you got standing up on each corner, and essentially it'll just push them right into the hole. Now with the water pit all filled in, all we need to do is essentially build up a little platform on each side of this thing. Then we need to wall it all in with our walls, which, like I said, we're going to be using glass for the walls, so that then we can be able to actually see on the inside and ensure that the creepers are 100% spawning and they're spawning correctly. So we'll be using the tinted glass. And next we need to build out a platform right in the dead center of this thing. Nothing too fancy, literally just platform. All right, done deal. And then basically just place some fences all the way around the center block that we will be leaving here. And we could destroy this block, and that block, and then actually just leave the one center block. And we'll leave this block here too, so we're going to be placing buttons to prevent any spawning on it. But then we can be able to destroy these and then basically place trap doors on them. And that this will be the main spot that creepers will naturally gravitate to and want to jump down into the pool and take a swim. And then also just place down some carpets every other block, so that then it'll prevent spiders from spawning. Placing them down in basically a 4x4 area, like spiders need a full 4x4 because they got them thickums, whereas creepers just need 1 block. So creepers can basically spawn on any other block. Okay, Mr. Crafting Table, you have to move. Thank you. Then now all we need is a tiny bit of snow blocks. Good thing we're surrounded by some giant mountains. And also grab some pumpkins. so that then we can be able to make a snowman. God damn it, I dropped my shears. There we go. And we're basically using the snowman to lure the creepers into the water. It's a foolproof strategy because snowmen beef with creepers. It's been a known thing for years. Their history dates way back to Minecraft 1. I don't know. I don't know why they hate them, actually. This is my favorite form of a creeper farm because it's so easy to set up. The ones that require cats, way too much work. Speaking of creeper farms, I have one rocket left and we need to go to our old one because our old one still has a lot of gunpowder in it. The only problem is that yeah, it takes like 6 rockets to get there, so we're just gonna really coast. Ah, there's that big ugly creeper. Grab up pretty much all the gunpowder that's in this thing. I still need to create also a dedicated sugarcane farm because the only one that I have in this world is actually a really tiny one. I mean, it gets the job done. It works, although it's small, but it's mighty. It's not always about the size.
Hey, yo!
Right, guys?
Eventually.
Enough about rockets. Now all we need to do is essentially place the roof on this bad boy to close off this level. And obviously we're able to add on more levels, and however many levels we want to make depends how much gunpowder we really want, but also how big we want this thing to be. I think maybe we got enough room for another level or 2 for how I want to design this thing. And to finish off this level, now comes the expensive part, which is placing down a bunch of trapdoors on the inside, because unfortunately, as it said, zombies and skellies could spawn, but creepers are short, boys, and creepers could fit under this. Couldn't be me, bro. I'm a full 2-block man. Yeah, this requires a lot of trapdoors, a lot of patience, and a lot of pain. And with that, that pretty much completes the entirety of the first level of this thing, which now all we need to do is essentially build up another one. There we go. Now we got another layer popped on top of that. And I also added a little block all the way up here that I realized is going to be mission impossible. I'm so sick. So that if I need this thing to like go in turbo mode and like start spawning them a little bit faster than me just hanging out around the base, obviously this is like prime location that I can be able to get them to start spawning and everything. But the creeper farm aspect of it is essentially done.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I need to add the campfires. Let me go do that. And then all I need to do is just basically place these down all over the place in here. There we go. We see some creepers getting hit by the old snowmen. Then they drop down right into here. Technically, if I wanted to, I can also hit them with my sword, which then obviously has looting on it as well, which then could obviously give us a little bit more gunpowder faster. However, the creeper farm portion of this is 100% complete. I also had a little chest right here to kind of like bottleneck the process. So then all the gunpowder will go into here, then the chest, and then into our auto crafter guy, because this will be an issue. Yeah. Now, technically, all we got left to do is the sand portion of this thing and making sure that we fill up this chest. So naturally, you can't make just a sand farm literally anywhere. There's no such thing as a sand farm. However, there's sand dupers, which I've avoided making a sand duper for a very, very long time in this world. And in fact, let me show you. This is one of the deserts that I've been basically just farming sand from for a while now. However, this one started running a little dry, so I started demolishing a different one, but basically using TNT to then mine more sand to then make more TNT. And it's getting old. It's getting real old. And so I think it's finally time I cave in and we just build a sand duper, which to build one of these bad boys, you're going to need an end portal because it's the only way to technically duplicate the sand. Technically, I think it works with red sand, gravel, and regular sand, those 3 blocks. Actually, it's perfect timing because yeah, my wangs are dying. And I realized I have like everything I'm going to need for this except for a mushroom. I literally need 1 mushroom to get rid of the frame. Whatever, I'm gonna go heal my elytra and cry.
Thousands of tears later.
All right, back with our mushroom, and now first things first, we need to clean out this room and basically make room for the giant mushroom. Also, just make it a little bit easier to get in and out of this thing. Oh, great. Oh, great. Should be enough room. I hope. We'll find out. All I need to do is place down the mushroom in a hole like this. Bone meal the mushroom. Perfect. When we break out, it should have gotten rid of the frame. Nice. Get rid of the mushroom. Realizing that I'm still going to need a whole lot more room in this direction. First things first, need to place down a block right there and then a piston on top and then redstone 2 blocks out, 3 blocks out, break 3 blocks from underneath, place some more redstone, actually a repeater right here on 3 ticks, then place down some building blocks on top and some redstone right there, another repeater right here, and another building block right there, redstone torch on that, place another redstone torch up there, place a piston on the backside right there.
Yes, science!
And a building block on top of that. Here, let's clear out some more room. These things are chunky. And then another building block right there. Bit of redstone on top with a repeater on 1 tick right here. And another building block right there with redstone on top. And then 1 block right there. Then we can place a lever right here. That'll completely turn the system off. Then we need to do 3 pistons on top right here. And then also place 3 slime blocks right there and 3 slime blocks right here on these 2 pistons. And then also some leaves right here, which by the way, leaves don't interrupt redstone signal. Who would have? I didn't know. And then lastly, all you have to do is place down sand on these slime blocks. And if you're like me and you're an idiot, you forgot sand. So hold on. And then all we should have to do is just place the sand up there now and flip it on. And then technically it starts pushing and pulling it, but it disappears for a split second right there. That's because it's going through the portal. So you can turn it off.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay. So one thing we do need to do is we need to turn it off, but then go through it. And then we need to figure out where it's spitting out because it's flying through and then it's going into the void. And that's a problem. So what we'll do is we'll place down some leaves like so. And by doing that, when the sand comes flying out, it'll get stuck on the leaves. And then we know exactly which direction it's flying. And then we build our collection system in that direction of the platform. Let's flip it back on. Start making a bunch of sand. Flip it off, up on in, and it's going in this direction. Okay, so now we know we need to put our hoppers and our chests over here, which at some point in my life, I lost my iron bucket and I got no water. Wait, actually, hold on. The purse usually has everything. Ah, it has empty buckets. That day.
12 seconds later.
Oh, never mind. I found it. Also, I need to grab these hoppers and chests, and I'll basically have a hopper going in that direction. And then this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky because we got to water. I don't want that. Let's replace that with a solid block. Place down the water, whisk my life, placing down a couple chests. And let's also create a nice little platform, which luckily we do have this to work from. And so then obviously we can just fly down here and then loot up the chest. Now all that's left to do is test it out, make sure it's 100% functional. Technically, you can do this on all sides of the portal. However, I think 1 should be enough. We'll see. Doesn't take very much AFK time. And also I come here very often to use the Enderman farm anyways to heal my elytra and tools. So let's flip it on. I don't know if you could keep this going while going in. I don't know if I want to risk that. So I'll just hang out here for a minute.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, and this thing's been running for a minute. Oh, and I broke it again. Technically, I don't think it really matters. Regardless, as long as there's sand right here, that's all that really matters.
Oh my God.
Oh, you know, it created sand. That it did. And none of it ended up in the chest. Okay, we need to fix this. So I need to actually surround this with some leaves, or rather any block, and then place down either carpet. Trapdoor should work right here. And essentially when the block gets thrown, it can't place down right here and it lands on top of the trapdoor and it turns into an item rather than a block, and then it'll go down into the system. Regardless, it clearly works really well because a very short amount of time, like literally 30 seconds, we got already over 2 stacks of sand, and that's only with one of these things running. If I wanted to make also, you could do like a chunk loader, and chunk loaders will make it so that it'll just go indefinitely forever. If I'm real strapped for sand, then obviously, yeah, we could set up one of them bad boys or obviously expand this. This isn't too much work to make at all. I just think it's really ugly and I don't want to have a bunch of these things. Not that this place looks very good anyways. I mean, yeah, it's a man portal room. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll make a chunk loader so I never have to come back here again. Hey, did you guys know that I'm partnered up with G Fuel, by the way? Well, I got the downtime to talk about it. G Fuel, amazing company, make delicious, scrumptious energy drinks. However, they also have a hydration formula. if you guys don't want any caffeine at all, you guys can get non-caffeinated hydration formula. But for the caffeine lovers out there, there's also a BOGO deal going on right now. You can get a buy one, get one free tub of G Fuel, and you might as well toss yourself in a PaulGG shaker since they're almost sold out. Okay, in the time that it took to do that G Fuel plug, how much sand did we make? Okay, no sand. This is looking good so far. Go on down here. 3.5 stacks. I like it. And now I'm going to actually just let this thing run for a little bit, load up on tons of sand so that then we can add it to our TNT factory and I don't have to add sand to it for a very long time.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
And it's been a bit of time. We got a bunch of sand now to take back home. Now let's just load up all the sand into the TNT crafting machine. And also I need to set this up properly to where it's actually going to craft. What's the TNT recipe? Why am I drawing a blank on this? Okay, yeah. Gunpowder, sand, gunpowder, gunpowder, sand, gunpowder, and then it's sand, gunpowder, sand, gunpowder. There we go. There we go. Now it's all set up for the TNT, except I just realized a major flaw in this entire construction is that funny enough, guys, funny enough, forgot this thing needs redstone.
You stupid.
However, not too hard of a fix here. Okay, go ahead and set up that hopper to go straight into there. So that means obviously one less hopper needed right here. And we're going to take some redstone and some repeaters here. Max out the tick on both of them. Honestly, we could just slow it down even more by adding a few repeaters with a few ticks. Just hook up that redstone like so, and then just flip it on. And then now the signal's doing a full loop. This thing...
You gotta be kidding me.
It's not crafting because somehow the recipe got messed up. Oh, it crafted one. Just one. Here, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this thing off for now. Break the signal. We're gonna AFK up here for a bit to make sure that we get plenty of gunpowder in there and get it going. I need to fix that.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been AFK for a little bit now. Let's see how much TNT we got ready that can be crafted. And all of it should be pretty much in here. Oh yeah, no, we literally, it'll already make a stack. And then we got a little bit extra in here. So I wasn't even AFK for that long, even with just 2 levels on this bad boy. Could make it a little bit bigger, but I have a vision of how I want to decorate this thing because let's be honest, it ain't the prettiest. It's kind of fugly, and naturally I'm not going to let it just look like this while it's sitting right next to my magnificent base. However, I do want to keep the theme to the base, and so what I want to do is I want to basically make it look like it's a giant TNT. And so look, it grabs it immediately. I wanted it to like at least like hit the hopper at first, but yeah, it just looks like it looks like it's just coughing. Regardless though, this is my inspo right here, a block of TNT, and I'll just let these all auto craft basically in the meantime. Fortunately, I do have a ton of red. I'm not going to do these like little 2 tones. I'll basically do the light red, maybe the medium red, and the dark red because I have a lot of red concrete. I'm not sure what this red would be, but this red is obviously going to be red terracotta, and that I do need a little bit of. And so let's head on over to terracotta land so that we can get a bunch of red terracotta. And now finally we can begin constructing our giant beautiful TNT. And finally, our giant TNT is completed. So now it's going to be matching the theme of our base. And honestly, something about building just a giant version of something in Minecraft, it's so stupid and it tickles my brain just right. However, do I hear a zombie in here? God dang it. Forgot to torch it up in here. Hey, yo. Chill with all that. I kind of like being in here too. It looks really cool. Regardless, obviously our front door, it's something. I wish there was a red door in Minecraft. However, I ended up opting to go with the wool, the red wool and the red concrete. I know we spent all that time gathering red terracotta. It's just, it looked like dookie. Let me show you, for example. I left the backside just so I could show you this. It don't look good. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. I don't know. The red, like the vibrancy of the red looks way better with the red wool. which I actually need to swap all this out now. So, give me a second. Besides, I had to put my army of now red sheep to good work, you know. Good oh, no, move. There we go. I also changed the ones in the auto farms as well to red just to make it a little bit easier. Oh, that looks amazing. I forgot to show you guys the top also. I made sure I added like the little line that, you know, lights up and goes all creeperish, and then there's like the lines that are connecting each one of the TNTs as well. Kind of looking like a dookie swirl. However, it still looks amazing, and I'm still happy with the way that this farm turned out. So now we got infinite sand, and we also got a creeper farm that'll just be running as we're at the base because it's close enough to the base. I just can't be like next to it. I either have to be really far above it or like far enough away from it, and it'll just continue chugging along, and we'll continue to have TNT. And honestly, this was just a really fun project to make something really dumb and really OP to add on to our really big, dumb, OP house. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smash that like button, hit subscribe, join the PaulGG army, and I will see you guys in the next one.